Why is Indonesia pulling ahead while the Philippines seem stuck in place? Two Southeast Asian giants, once neck and neck in terms of growth and development, now show very different trajectories. This video explores the shocking, thought-provoking, and sometimes painful reasons why Indonesia has moved past the Philippines on the world stage. From political stability to economic innovation, from global influence to domestic policies, Indonesia's rise tells a story that every Filipino, and frankly every Southeast Asian, needs to hear. If you're passionate about your country's future or simply curious about what shapes nations, this is a video you can't miss. Stay with us till the end for a powerful message, and if you love learning about global trends, don't forget to subscribe to InfoSphere, turn on the bell icon, and join us in exploring the world like never before. Number 1. Political will and stronger leadership. Indonesia's steady climb in regional and global affairs can be traced back to its shift in political leadership. After years of turbulence, Indonesia found its footing under presidents who emphasized national unity, decisive reforms, and long-term vision. Leaders like Joko Widodo were not just charismatic but strategic. Infrastructure became a national obsession, bureaucracy was tackled head-on, and corruption was challenged with visible action. While the Philippines struggled with political infighting, public theatrics, and polarizing leadership styles, Indonesia was quietly building trust in its institutions. It wasn't about having a perfect government, it was about having a focused one. Number 2. Infrastructure that transforms, not just impresses. Indonesia didn't just build roads and bridges, it built networks that connected islands, economies, and people. From high-speed rail to new airports in remote provinces, the goal was integration and accessibility. In contrast, the Philippines often saw grand announcements without follow-through. Urban congestion remained unsolved, and rural areas continued to feel neglected. Indonesia's infrastructure push wasn't about ribbon cuttings, it was about national transformation. The results? More trade, more tourism, and a deeper sense of unity among its people. Number 3. Focus on industrialization over dependence on services. While the Philippines leaned heavily into the BPO and service industries, Indonesia diversified aggressively. They didn't just want call centers, they wanted factories, tech parks, and export-ready industries. Manufacturing zones in Indonesia became magnets for international companies, turning the country into a regional industrial powerhouse. This gave them leverage in global trade, while the Philippines remained vulnerable to shifts in demand for outsourced labor. Indonesia chose to build things, machines, electronics, ships, and that gave it a more stable economic foundation. Number 4. Agricultural modernization that actually worked. Indonesia transformed its farming practices, not just in speeches but in real terms. Smart irrigation, modern equipment, and farmer education became standard, not exceptions. Food security became a national goal. As a result, rural incomes rose, urban migration slowed, and the country gained resilience against global food crises. The Philippines, meanwhile, remained stuck in outdated systems, struggling with rice shortages and expensive imports. Indonesia's farmer-first strategy paid off in both economics and dignity for rural citizens. Number 5. Investing in national identity and cultural confidence. Indonesia put immense effort into building a sense of national identity. Despite having more ethnic groups and languages than the Philippines, it fostered unity through education, media, and civic programs. Bahasa Indonesia became a powerful unifier, helping Indonesians think nationally, not just regionally. In contrast, the Philippines often found itself divided, not just politically but culturally. English and Tagalog dominance sometimes alienated minority groups. Indonesia used culture as a bridge, while the Philippines let culture become a border. Number 6. Foreign policy that balances, not bows. Indonesia played its cards well on the international stage. It engaged with both the West and China without becoming dependent on either. It led regional dialogues, stood firm in ASEAN matters, and avoided becoming entangled in unnecessary conflicts. The Philippines, on the other hand, has often swung wildly between allies, struggling to form a consistent diplomatic posture. Indonesia's quiet diplomacy earned it respect, while the Philippines often found itself reacting instead of leading. Power comes not just from strength, but from smart alliances, and Indonesia played the game smarter. Number 7. Education systems with clear, local goals. Indonesia made education a tool for national growth, not just personal success. Curricula focused on practical skills, civic responsibility, and national development. Teachers were paid better, schools reached remote areas, and vocational education was prioritized. Meanwhile, the Philippines continued to export talent, brilliant minds that often left the country for better opportunities. Indonesia educated for local impact. The result? A generation more grounded, skilled, and ready to contribute to the nation's rise. Number 8. Media and public narratives that empower. In Indonesia, media often serves as a tool for building national morale and unity. While not perfect, the country managed to control the spread of disinformation and toxic politics better than the Philippines. Public discourse was often geared toward progress and development, not scandal and drama. In contrast, the Philippine media landscape became hyper-sensationalized, feeding on division and controversy. Indonesia's media became a mirror of progress, the Philippines' media often became a stage for dysfunction. Number 9. Tourism managed as a long-term asset. Indonesia treated its natural beauty as treasure, not a disposable resource. It regulated tourism, promoted sustainability, and invested in infrastructure that enhanced, rather than destroyed, nature. Places like Bali became models for how tourism can empower local communities. In the Philippines, despite having world-class locations, poor management, environmental neglect, and inconsistent marketing hurt long-term potential. Indonesia welcomed the world with open arms and careful plans, while the Philippines often saw its gems tarnished by short-term thinking. Number 10. A clear vision for the future. Above all, Indonesia had a vision. Whether it was relocating its capital to ease congestion or becoming a green energy hub, the country projected a future that people could believe in. It wasn't always smooth or fast, but the direction was clear. The Philippines often found itself caught between old problems and short-term solutions. Without a national narrative that inspires, even the best policies fall flat. Indonesia gave its people a dream, and then backed it with action. So, what really made Indonesia surpass the Philippines? It wasn't just money or land or luck. It was intention, discipline, long-term thinking. While the Philippines got distracted by noise, Indonesia quietly built a new future. But this isn't the end of the story, it's just a chapter. The Philippines has the talent, the heart, and the potential to rise again. But it needs to look in the mirror, learn from its neighbor, and choose to change. If you found this video eye-opening, then share it with someone who cares about the future of Southeast Asia. Hit like, drop a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to InfoSphere for more deep dives that go beyond the headlines.